This winter, we saw many examples of just how destructive a fallen tree in a populated area can be, in some cases, even deadly.
UC Davis says they're trying to make sure that will not be the case on their campus this fall. And so tomorrow, the school will start removing an almost 60-year-old tree.
Our Garshpal Sangha is live tonight in Davis. And Garshpal, you talked with students who say the tree is iconic and will be missed.
And Chris and Laura, this tree was planted back in the 1960s, and since then it has hosted countless picnics, photo shoots, and just a place for people to get together. But right now it is surrounded by this orange fence and a sign asking people to stay out. There are many places on the UC Davis campus to sit and relax.
I sit there and meditate.
But one place,
this is kind of like the center of the Arboretum,
can be called iconic.
It's just a beautiful tree.
Beloved.
I actually did a project about it where we took leaves of the tree that had fallen off from the dry season, and we kind of made a miniature version of it.
A lot of good times, like spent sitting under it in the dog days of the summer.
Over 50 years of memories made is why it is so hard to say goodbye.
It is really sad.
Because we know this is so beloved, we've put out the word that we're going to do this.
Andrew Folks with the UC Davis Arboretum says the decision to remove this famous Japanese Zelkova near Lake Spafford wasn't taken lightly.
You can see the crack in here as I walk up the roots here. So it goes in about 22 inches and both in and down, so horizontal and vertical.
The problem was discovered back in August when this portion of the tree was a lot lower than the rest of the tree, and that is when officials knew they needed to do something.
And because this is an area that's open to the public, people are gathering under all the time. It's the bike path under here. If this were to fail, it would put people at risk. So unfortunately, decision was made to have to take the tree out.
Folks says they removed some of the weight of the tree, but the crack didn't close.
And unfortunately, there's decay on the inside. So we aren't able to just put a large rod or a bolt through and pull it together. Because it would not heal correctly, given that it's dead basically on the inside.
The news bittersweet to many as they captured the last moments.
I know it's like for the safety of the people, because like it could be dangerous, but it's sad to see it go, you know? It's like so many good memories around it. It's gonna be sad to see it go.
And so starting tomorrow, work will begin to remove this tree. Now, officials say the plan is to involve the community in a planting event to honor this tree, and talks have already begun on what tree is going to be planted next. But that process is going to begin tomorrow. Chris and Laura.
Our Garshpal Sangha live in Davis tonight, and keep in mind the school is taking care of this just days before thousands of students will be back on campus.
Yeah, and while this tree has not harmed anyone, the safety concern is real. Just a few years ago, a woman in Davis died after a tree branch fell on her. You may remember it happened in Slide Hill Park back in February of 2021. A 40-year-old woman was killed after a 30-foot tree branch fell on her. She was taken to the hospital where she later died. The city chose to take the entire tree down in the wake of her death.